Welcome to Mystery Earth, where you will witness the most fascinating mysteries of nature. In this video, we will explore the top 10 scariest storms and natural disasters that have terrified the whole world. Are you ready to learn the untold truths about the power of Mother Nature? Let's embark on this journey together and discover authentic images, thrilling stories, and secrets you never expected. Are you brave enough to face the surprises that are coming? Don't look away. Huge waves rolled up, carrying the power of a hungry monster, ready to devour everything in sight. Warning the once jungle heroes, now there is only a scene of desolation, strewn with dangerous trees and rocks. Rock and soil poured down onto the ground like a giant black flood, rolling and brutal, swallowing everything in its path. Floods are horrifying, like an uncontrollable rage of nature, causing everything to be submerged in water and mercilessly devastated. When large stones fall, they collide with the ground, creating harsh noises like thunder roaring in the dark sky. The scene was chaotic. People's panicked screams mixed with the sound of water, creating a symphony of destruction. The sand flew blindly, mixing with the wind, making everything blurry, like an unstable picture. Shocking sounds rang out, like the roar of nature, mixed with the tearing sound of rocks and soil. The tornado appeared like a nightmare, a giant shape spinning in the dark sky, tearing apart space. The sound of rocks colliding loudly echoed in the space, like thunder, making people shudder. The tsunami smashed it all like an uncontrollable hurricane, pushing everything in sight with its brutal force. Massive flooding occurs like an unstoppable attack, when water from dams and reservoirs rushes out, creating powerful flows. The mountain now collapsed like a fallen giant. Huge boulders fell, dragging rocks and trees with them, causing everyone to panic. Huge blocks of ice hanging from the top of the mountain with unbearable pressure finally let themselves down, breaking into millions of pieces. The landslide occurred in a moment of terrifying depth, when rocks and soil fell from the slopes, creating a rushing waterfall. The ground shook under the terrible power of the water, creating a roaring sound that echoed throughout the space. Large blocks of rock rushed down like fierce waves, creating a roaring noise that echoed throughout the space. Large chunks of ice crumbled, pieces rolling around, causing water to shoot high like fragments of life. In just a moment, everything became chaos. Dilapidated wooden houses, moss-covered tiled roofs, all were swept away in the raging water. The water rushed in. The tornado was like a wild animal, sweeping away everything in its path. Hail fell like cold bullets from the sky, large stones falling, heavy and sharp, smashing everything in their path. The wind roared like a howl full of resentment, knocking down trees and scattering everything. Debris from leaves swirled in a fierce whirlwind. Each great block of ice gradually gave way to water, flowing down like tears from the earth. Landslides come as a terrible shock when sloping floors begin to slide down, carrying rocks and other debris with them. The scene was majestic and horrifying as the huge block of ice fell to the ground, creating a fierce wave. Each thunderclap sounded like a powerful explosion, shaking the ground, making everyone shiver. Large, heavy blocks of rock fell, creating rumbling sounds that echoed throughout the mountains. The ground seemed unable to absorb any more, and the rivers became monsters, devouring the fertile land. Large patches of land were torn apart, creating strong waves, sweeping everything along the way. The flood suddenly rushed in like a tsunami, sweeping away everything in its path without warning. The water swept away everything in its relentless fury, as if creating enough resistance to its destructive power. The sunlight gradually obscured, and only the whistling wind and the rustling sound of sand remained. The flood swept away the car, turning it into a small raft in the middle of the rushing water. The fierce wave hit the boat like a cruel punch, causing it to wobble and shake on the water. In the blink of an eye, the roads turned into streams and the water began to rise, taking over every corner of life. The winds roared like the howls of monsters, blowing tiny grains of sand into sharp arrows, whipping into human flesh. The crimson flame flared up like a wild beast, tearing up the night sky with bright flames and thick columns of black smoke. The strong water flow swirled like an out-of-control wild animal, sweeping away everything in its path. The turbid water swept everything away like a natural fury, pushing everything along in its destructive journey. The landslide engulfed the village in a flash, like an unstoppable fury of nature. Large blocks of land slid down, burying each house, disappearing all signs of life. The scene was chaotic. Stones as big as tennis balls fell, smashing the roof and breaking the window glass. The flames danced fiercely, rising like sharp blades, devouring the surrounding space with unspeakable brutality. Thank you for joining us in exploring the wonderful mysteries of nature in today's video. Hopefully, the images and stories have made you feel excited and better understand the magical power of Mother Nature. If you love content like this, please like and subscribe to Mystery Earth so you don't miss any future videos. Together, we will continue our journey to discover the wonders that await. See you in the next videos.